Hey, welcome to my colleagues. Today I wanted to look at Microsoft Sway. Think of it as a great storytelling tool, but it's also a great way to have the students do remote assignments that aren't the traditional, MLA word paper. So let me go ahead and show you around. I've logged into my email, and if you have Office 365, you've probably seen these three dots, which we call the waffle. And if I click on all apps right here, you may have noticed in all of these apps, there's something called Microsoft Sway. So it'll first ask you for a Microsoft email. If you don't have a Microsoft email, you can go to office.com and create one. So when you go to create a Sway, this will be your first opening screen, and you can create a new one or start from a topic or start from a Word document. So let me create it from scratch and show you around. Now the topic I've decided to share with you is something that's really getting big in the K-12 and higher education realm. It's called virtual reality. And virtual reality is a face-to-face technology, but I thought this might be a good platform to show it to you with. So I want to tell you the story about virtual reality. I might share this with my students as my creative notes, or they may turn in a research topic using this. This could work in kindergarten and all the way to graduate studies. So I'm going to type right here that we're going to be covering virtual reality, my topic, if you would. So virtual reality it is. And as soon as I get that typed in, I'm going to click on background. It'll open this right panel over here, and it's going to find me images and YouTubes and Wikipedia entries with my topic or something close to it. And all of these really do have to do with something with virtual reality. So let me just click right here. And all of these images, my librarian friends, are coming from the Creative Commons only. This means that they're safe to use, they are appropriate to use, all those great things. And notice they're in two categories, images and videos. So first, I want to show someone experiencing VR. I think this will be a great first image. So, or if I keep scrolling down, and one little best practice here as we go along, make sure you get a large image, because if not, it could look quite pixelated before we're done. So maybe I want this one right here. This looks great. Notice the numbers down here are quite large. We wouldn't want them in the low 100s or less. So this will be a great anchor image. I'll click the image. Do you notice the check mark? Hit add. And what we've already started to do is make this amazing looking website, but I want to show it to you so far. So I'm going to come up here to the upper right hand corner and click play. And when I do you notice I've already created an instant website that not only works on a full PC or Mac, but it would work beautifully on your smartphone. In other words, lay out perfectly. But it's more than just text. Let me show you more. So I'm going to click up here on Edit. This doesn't need to be saved because it's already published and out on the web. And this area on the left is called your storyline. So I want to maybe have the students create three basic parts. And in virtual reality, the first, I want to show you the apps available in education. So by clicking this plus sign, I'm going to click the heading and click VR apps in education. So you can kind of see what kind of apps they're out there right now, whether you are in preschool all the way up to college age. So I'm going to click right here to drag an image here. I'm going to say virtual reality apps in education. And it'll start not only to find me some information that I could use, but also some videos I could use. I think what I'm going to start here with is I'm actually looking for a particular app. So there's now tens of thousands of VR apps out there where the student puts on a headset and experiences some kind of real experience in education. One of the coolest apps is called Organon VR. You'd use it in, let's say, biology or in science class. So I'm going to grab this image and drag it over here as my big background right there. And then I'm going to click the plus sign. and add instead some more media. I'm actually wanting a video right here. So I'm going to come up and notice it automatically switched to videos. And I want to throw a couple of videos in here so you guys can see what this 3D Organon as an example would be. When I click on any of these slides, I can add text. I could say VR Organon works on a Vive or other headsets. So I'll go over those in a second. And I could come over here and make it larger. Do you see right here? And I'm going to make both these videos kind of large. Now when I go to hit play, notice I'm creating this instant web page. It takes a second to load. I scroll down and now I can start watching these videos and putting captions and putting together what this does. So for example, in this VR anatomy, you put this headset on and then it has over like 1,400 parts of the body. You can select them, and then once you click it, you can actually, dissect the entire human body, and it tells you over there on the right side exactly what that is, explains everything. They can walk around the body to get different perspectives from the front, from the rear, and really get a much better idea of what the human body looks like. They can even stick their head inside the heart, like in this situation. So students can creatively write in here, add images, videos, even links. So now when I go up to play, I can kind of see what this is starting to look like. And if you notice, I can put text in, links. By the way, if you're more interested in seeing what's happening in virtual reality, this is a great website right here called bytespeed.com/VR apps right here. And there are literally thousands of apps that are being used in almost every classroom throughout the world right now. Instead of just having the old-fashioned labs to really go inside, and every subject's in here. They have from welding to farming to arts and so forth. So it's really a game changer and really big into VR. So now that we can start to put this together, let me go to my website. We can continue to add on, but let me go back in, and you can make this as long as you want. But I also want to show you how to change up the design. So I could click design right here, and right now, it just goes up and down. It's not too much design. So after I click design, I can come over here and click styles. And there are literally thousands of different layouts and styles to make this look completely different so that it doesn't look canned, you know how some websites really do. So now if I want to make this look very, very different and go across it in a very much different way. There's tons of arrows over here so you can really get customized. You can have the web page go up and down vertical, horizontal, which is left to right. Let me show you what that looks like. So now they would do more of this number. Or traditional slides. It might be something that you use to teach remote classes, or students can turn in assignments. I usually sometimes will go into a chapter and assign everybody one of the pieces of content, and they'll make a sway to share back in the remote classroom so that it's not so dry. It's not me all the time. I hear all voices, and I think that's a great thing. One of my favorite buttons up here is called Remix. What Remix allows you to do is there's literally like 10,000 different layouts, and it will kind of like randomly select one so you can kind of choose. And of course you can hit undo if you don't like the one that it just remixed you. So now we can kind of really get a little more creative here as we go along. Let's see what it looks like now. Now it goes side to side, and I can play all my videos, get into the information here pretty well to kind of see all the different things that I can do. So I put one more section together talking about the type of headset. Most schools today use something like the HTC Vive Pro. So I could simply hit play. And now if you noticed, I picked a different design. It's starting to come together. And again, I could share the link and it would work great on my phone. So here's that HTC Vive. It's a headset with controllers. It connects to a computer. And if I want to just show folks, for example, how you would use this to do an app called Tilt Brush. I could show the video during class, or students could explain this. And there are now thousands of colleges and K-12s that have entire labs so that every class can do their chemistry, they could do their first grade reading, everything in VR. Now that we kind of know a little bit about virtual reality, let's head back into Sway and talk about sharing it. So now that I've created this, I may want to share this. And right here it says anyone with a link can access the Sway. If you're logged into a school system, you may want to make sure that sometimes this says anyone who has school access or anyone outside of school. So all you have to do is copy this link right here. And now this is what you'll actually turn in when you create your Sway by clicking share, and on this link that'll allow anybody that's in the discussion board in our class to see your Sway, to kind of get that. They could also get a visual link, which looks more like this. So if you copy and paste this in, it looks a lot more visual. So you may want to do this. Now, one other piece here, one thing I really like when I hit share, I could also do this work collectively. I could group 3 and 4 students together to work on a topic, even in remote homes, by clicking edit. If they share this link, this means when they click the link, they'll not only be able to see the finished product this way, but they would be able to add to it. So we could all add to the storyline, change up the design, and make it more of a group project. So I think it's a really great tool. It's part of Office 365, but it's also totally free. So go ahead, and I hope you can get your Sway on.